Who's ready for another Lego review? So this has been a long time coming. Hello everybody, John here. Welcome to another Lego review video. Here we have the two newer Sonic sets, not the BrickHeads or anything like that. I mean, I know that the Shadow and Knuckles one came out pretty recently, along with this set here. However, these sets came out, a few months ago. I was really on top of course, the Sonic one because my friend, the Brick was able to hand me some of those. Built them ahead of time, had it all set and ready to go. I just hadn't had the time or space to build anything. I moved the Jurassic one down there. Obviously, you can see that because now I'm standing up. I'm not sitting down, so now I think this is the framing device that we're going to be using now as my big Lego shelf, which I'll probably be rearranging at some point. I'll be shifting up stuff, as I've said in many videos, because I like to repeat myself, and I also don't make these videos often, so I don't know what to say like that. Or I don't know what I've said, but anyway, we got these two sets here. We're going to be taking a look at them, and let's get into it. So right here, we're just going to start with the Shadow set itself. So we're just going to scoot this away. All right, so we have our set here. Whoa! This is the Shadows Escape set number 76995. It is 196 pieces, goes for $19.99 or $20. Following the piece rule that I think I've mentioned before, usually every 1,000 pieces is like $100. If you look at Lego sets, that's kind of usually how they go about. Obviously, with inflation, it starts to kind of flux every once in a while. But I mean, for almost 200 pieces for being $20, that's kind of adequate. So, and then plus, if you want to throw it in there, we have our newly molded like Shadow the Hedgehog figure and like all that kind of stuff, which hopefully they'll be reusing as Super Sonic and Super Shadow in the future, especially with the movie coming out. But let's take a look at what we got here. So looking at our Mr. Perfect Life Form, or the ultimate life form himself, we have Shadow the Hedgehog, of course, with his little frown there, his little grimace, because he's a little edgy, he's a little moody guy. He has nice dual molded legs, being white and black, with a nice printing for his like air shoes. Not a little bit different than Sonic shoes. He doesn't actually run as fast as Sonic, but the air shoes definitely help. He's got nice chest printing there for his hair, or his little chest puff. And then on the back, it's similar to Sonic, but instead of it being blue, obviously it's his little black quills. His head is a bit different than Sonic, so his quills actually on the side of his head are going to go up instead of down. This is what Sonic usually looks like when he goes Super Sonic, is that his quills go up, Super Saiyan style. He's got his red eyes, a nice red detailing around like his around his eyes and everything, and of course on the top of his head. So he looks really awesome. I'm glad that we actually got like a Shadow figure. He's, obviously, not obviously, I don't know if I mentioned that, but he's my favorite Sonic character for sure. I mean, I have the shirt on right now. But, he's super cool. I mean, obviously in the Shadow the Hedgehog game, he's got like the machine gun, he rides the motorcycle, which we actually have right here. So we'll jump into that one. So looking at Shadow's epic motorcycle, it actually has the logo from the Shadow the Hedgehog video game, which is like the dark like faction symbol. I forget what it's called. Dark, what is that? Oh, Black Doom. There's Black Doom is the main villain of the game, so it's like kind of his symbol, because it's revealed through that game that Shadow is actually part of like his DNA and all that kind of weird stuff in there, expanding on the lore from Sonic Adventure 2, where Shadow was first introduced. But we have his epic motorcycle from the beginning of the game with the awesome cutscene, they play All I Am, or I Am All of Me, or whatever it's called, from Crush 40, which is coming for Sonic 3. It's going to be in the game, or in the movie, which is awesome. But yeah, Shadow's just going to sit right on top of his epic motorcycle as he rides to the city, trying to save everybody, trying to figure out who he is in this world, because he is the ultimate life form. But after Sonic Adventure 2, he kind of loses his memory and all that kind of stuff, so he's got to ride his epic hog to try to find out what's going on. We also have this little enemy here. This is the Rhinobot, one of the new Eggman creations. And it also has a little bird that, it's a little chicken actually, because he's white. But he's going to sit right in there, and it basically just makes him one of the enemies that Shadow has to fight alongside, what Sonic would do with the Buzz bots and like all that kind of, the bug bots and the big chameleon thing from that other set and all that kind of stuff. So nice consistency there with the villains. And the actual play set-ish part of it itself, the actual structure that we build, is a containment unit for Shadow. So keeping true with the past Sonic sets, I will say what's awesome is that all the pieces are printed. There are no stickers to be had still. So we have this big like panel in the back that kind of reads like Shadow schematics and everything like that that's been containing him. If anyone has played Sonic Adventure 2, you'll know that Eggman actually stumbles upon Shadow in like a cryopod where he was locked away by g.u.n. In this, given the Robotnik similar like design on the top of the pod here, I can only assume that this is the pod that Gerald Robotnik, Eggman's, I think it's his grandfather or great-grandfather. It's the one that he designed because he designed Shadow as the ultimate life form. He hangs out with Maria and all that kind of stuff. But essentially this is his pod. He breaks on out of here, and then as he does so, the little ramp will fall down, and then the gate will also fall as well, which Shadow can crash on into or ride up on the ramp and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a small little playset. I mean, for $20, it's really awesome. I mean, you get Shadow. That's incredible. And at least with this new wave of sets, you know, being the Shadow one and then the Knuckles one we're about to look at, still no repeat figures, which I think is really cool. Like the Shadow one doesn't come with a Sonic, the other one doesn't come with a Sonic or a Tails or anything like that. So I like that it's a expansion style type thing in there. But this is the Shadow the Hedgehog set. Shadow's escape, so obviously he's got to escape for the pod, get on his motorcycle, and figure out who he is.
If you guys aren't aware of Shadow the Hedgehog, yes, he is obviously just a black version of Sonic, like physically, but there's actually a lot that goes into his character, where he is the ultimate life form, and I'm not even kidding there, that is just his
chaos control.
He taps into the Chaos Emerald's power and can teleport. I believe he can stop time fully, and then I want to say, yeah, so you basically just control time.
Shadow, what are you doing here? And he says, I am the ultimate life form. I go where I want. And then he uses chaos control, and it's really cool.
But, yeah, so that's the Shadow set there. He's friends with Maria. Maria being Gerald Robotnik's granddaughter.
You see Maria, who's like a little girl, like 10 or 11 years old, or 12. I think she's 12 years old, and then she just gets blasted in the face with by one of the gun soldiers. And then they play Live and Learn, and they rock on and defeat the prototype Ultimate Life Form, which is a big lizard. That's that. Shadow, I know, is appearing in the new film Sonic 3, coming out later this year, I believe. Not really sure who's playing Shadow. I know that a lot of theories have been around, like Hayden Christensen, Christian Bale, like Norman Reedus, like Keanu Reeves, a bunch of people. But either way, I cannot be more excited for Shadow the Show. He was teased at the end of Sonic 2. So yeah, that is the Shadow the Hedgehog set here. Really awesome. I mean, I just had to put it together. It's also a lot smaller than I thought. I mean, you know, it's $20, but still the motorcycle's like nice and compact. You know, he sits on there nice and good. So I'm gonna be putting this on the shelf with the other Sonic sets. I might be removing like the big loop-de-loop from Green Hill Zone or something to actually fit them all on the same shelf. Don't know, but anyway, let's move on. Okay, so now here we have the other set. Woo! This one came out more recently alongside the Shadow and Knuckles Brickheads, and this is Knuckles Guardian Mech. Knuckles' Guardian Mech, yes, I pronounced that correctly. 76996 is the set number. This one goes for, I believe, $34.99 or $35. And this is 276 pieces. So following that rule, obviously, it's a bigger price for a set with less pieces, you know, for following that rule. So it's like, oh, I don't know. However, looking at the figures and everything like that, and also, as I've said, everything is still printed, like, in the sets, which I think is really awesome, like, a great thing. Like, I would never mind paying more for, like, printed pieces. Like, stickers, they're not the hardest to put on, but it's just the hassle, and you get better quality and stuff like that. But then, you also get the uniquely molded heads and, like, arms and everything like that, which we're going to be getting into right now. I just hit the Shadow set that I had off to the side, but that's okay. All right, so looking at our main figures here, of course, we have Knuckles the Echidna, showed off most prominently in the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 film, voiced by Idris Elba. And then he's actually getting his own series on Paramount Plus, which I don't have Paramount Plus, but I might try to invest in because I like the Sonic films and what they're doing. Knuckles, he has a newly molded head with his nice little cocky smirk there. He's got his little U, like, kind of print there. It's never really said what that is, I don't think. He also has dual molded legs. He has actually red and yellow, which is cool. It's like kind of the ones they do for like the Flash sometimes. But those are printed, and then on the back is his little squiggly tail, which I like that they put that there. He also gets kind of new versions of the Shocker gauntlets from like the Homecoming set that they use some of the time in like Ninjago and such, but then also like the cast pieces from Lego City, kind of the one, and the boxing gloves. I mean, that's probably the best. Oh, well, boxing gloves I think are just actual pieces for the boxing figures. But anyway, he has little pieces that clip onto his hands, and they actually have his big knuckles on them. So that's really cool that they show like how his gloved hands are like, you know, a lot bigger than the rest of his body. So it's like it works really well there. But we have Knuckles and of course Rouge the Bats. So Rouge, I was first introduced. If you know just Sonic people, then you know how they feel about Rouge and the things that they draw about Rouge and do with Rouge. But anyway, I was introduced to Rouge through Sonic X. So, I remember every single time they would show up, they would play like a little saxophone. So Rouge would always show up and they'd be like, I want to say this was a newly molded piece for her wings. I'm not the most positive, but I don't really think I've seen them too much before. If they're like in a Ninjago set, or is it like maybe a hidden side? I'm sorry if I don't recognize that, but this is a piece I don't think I've seen before. She also has back printing with her little tail. She has her nice heart on her chest, along with also dual molded legs of black and white, which is really nice, with little hearts on her shoes and everything. I like how they were able to squeeze that in there. And her newly molded head, you know, it's almost like a cat-ish head with the really big ears. Of course, she's a bat. She's got her big lashes and her little lipstick on her face, but that's really cool. I'm not sure if there are any other characters that really look like Rouge to reuse this, so I think that's really awesome that they went that extra mile to mold her like that. I mean, I'm assuming they're probably they're gonna want to try to get more out of these molds. I'm sure with like Sonic 3 and the Knuckles show coming out, they're going to be using like Knuckles and Shadow in them, hopefully a little bit more, along with Sonic, of course. But she's great. She also has dual molded arms. She has like a skin tone that goes into white, which I want to say is one of the few times that like it actually goes in that order and not like being in white into skin tone to be like white sleeves. And then we're going to focus on the build now. So I guess on the little part, this is the little container here for the Master Emerald. So she has like a little bat glider that she has. It's like a very small build, nothing too crazy. It's got her little hearts on it and everything, so you know that it's her. But she'll basically attach onto the back here with little handles, and she'll fly in. And there's a stud on the bottom of the 2x2 like circular tile with a little stud in the middle. And basically that'll go right on the emerald there, and then just like latch right on, and then she just steals it away. So it's really awesome that it actually has, like, there's no claw or anything. It literally just plugs on like how it would, how I would probably see it in Sonic X or anything like that, and then just take it away. And then inside the Master Emerald are actually a few little emeralds themselves. I don't know if that's supposed to be, I don't think they're supposed to be the Chaos Emeralds, like, inside of it, because obviously they're all green here. But I think it's just a way to show its energy. Then we move on to the biggest part of the set, which is the Guardian Mech itself, Knuckles' Guardian Mech. So Knuckles will sit on in here, and basically in this iteration, he'll sit in the mech, and he'll be using it to defend Angel Island and the Master Emerald from thieves. It looks, a lot similar to him, where the gloves on the mech have like the big spikes on it. It has pretty good articulation throughout like the shoulders, the whole arm will move. It has like those kind of smaller mech bits from the Ninjago sets for the elbows, so they're always like bent, but they don't like really move or anything like that, so they're kind of in those fixed poses. He has these little quills that are kind of on the back of the mech here, I guess to represent his own, but they, I don't think they have any real functionality to them. I think it's just more display. He does have stud shooters on the side that shoot little green studs, as well as his little shoes that or his legs that again have that big articulation there, but again are bent at the knee, or they have a bending knee, but they don't, really articulate in that fashion. He's got little shoes. It was interesting to get like these, the hinge plates that actually don't have anything on them. They're just naked like that. I guess to just represent like his shoes or sneakers or something like that, or whichever makes it look more mechanical, I guess, but it looks a little bit naked. But it's not too bad. I mean, I really like these designs here. Again, no repeat figures. I like the just compact nature of it. Usually I've been getting a lot of like larger sets. I mean, I have a lot of the dioramas, as you guys know. I have all these giant sets here, so it's been a really long time since I personally have gotten a set, I think, that is like a smaller play one, so it's a really nice change of pace there. But anyway, we're just going to cut it off here. I'm also noticing that Shadow has arm printing. I'm sure I will show that off in the video, and then of course I'm mentioning it now, but he has arm printing of his little power bands, which I believe he uses in to go faster. And I think he like unlocks them and it unlocks his power and stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to cut it off here. Just want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you like it, you can leave a like, leave a comment. Again, doing these as I go, or like learning as I go. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, like, leave a comment. Let me know what set you like. If you know which one of these sets you like more. What you're looking forward to in Lego Sonic. I'm definitely looking forward to maybe some chaos stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. So take care.